Hello. This is strange to me as I don't know what to do or even how to process this. I work at a call center that takes calls for a rather large internet/mobile phone company. Today was like any other day. I sit down, open the windows I need, and get ready to answer some calls. You see, I work for the retention side of things, where people call in to remove a line of business or cancel their accounts. However, we do get some calls where people want to transfer services or change their name on the account, etc. Today, I got a call to cancel an account that was canceled already. Here's how it went for context. I opened the call with my normal one, "Thank you for calling. My name is Eric. How can I help you?" I said with confidence. A short time passed before I heard a very quiet voice say, "Yes, my name is Mel, and I want to cancel my account." The voice coming through was surrounded by static, and her low tone made it hard to hear, but I was able to pick up what she needed. "Of course, may I ask, why are you canceling today?" There was a slight pause and a sigh before I heard, "I can't use it anymore, so I just don't need it," she said rather weakly, like it was hard for her to speak. "Oh, of course. Is there a reason why you can't use it, or are you moving?" I asked with empathy. It was then there was a short pause of only about 30 seconds when I heard the voice crystal clear. "No, I just cannot use it." Something about this made my spine chill. Like a primal fear of mine was just triggered, and I had no way of stopping it. What do you mean, ma'am?" I asked while being a little shaken up. "I can't see anything. It's cold and wet here. Can you help me?" Her voice sounded desperate and in pain, but the static was starting to flood the line. It was almost impossible to hear her, but she kept saying, "Help me, I'm stuck." From what I could piece together, the begging became yelling and screams of pain. At one point, I had to put my headset down because it was so loud enough for my neighbor working next to me to notice and gasp. "Are you ok?" he asked. "Why?" "Yeah, just this lady isn't making much sense." I grabbed my headset and unmuted the mic and spoke again. "Ma'am, I would love to help you, but I can't understand you. Can you get to a place where there is no static?" I said with a false smile and confidence. The static started to turn into deafening silence. I sat floating in an ocean of silence for what seemed like an eternity, until I heard her voice coming through very faintly. "Can you see if there is service available at my address?" She sounded like a muffled whisper or a faint cry. I looked at the address on Google Maps, and it was just an old stone wall and a well at the center. "Ma'am, the address you gave me doesn't exist. Is there a new address I can look up?" She was silent, but with a hushed tone spoke, "No. It's cold and wet. Help me, I can't move." The static started to come back, slowly raising in tone as she spoke to an ear-splitting volume after she said, "I can't move." I lowered my headphone volume, but that didn't help. It just kept getting louder even when I muted it. I then got a notification on my Google Maps, and when I opened it up, the camera was moving, as if someone was holding it. It slowly walked toward the well. The feeling of dread was something I never felt, but at this time, I felt true fear. Like something was going to hurt me if I kept watching, but try as I may, I couldn't close the tab or even reset the computer. I was stuck watching this thing walk toward the dilapidated well. It took a few moments of silent walking before it was at the well. I looked into the well, and all I saw was pristine, clear water. The well inside was covered in moss and cobblestone, but you could see the bottom, and it was only water. As I watched, the woman was talking over the phone again. "I am there. Please help me before he gets to me," she said as if she was crying. It was then the camera fell into the well and landed at the bottom. The well had crystal clear water, but with one thing: a partial hand with only 2 fingertips poking out of the cement floor of the well. "Help me. I can't move," she said over and over again. She kept saying it before I heard a blood-curdling scream and the camera on Google cutting off back to the road. The call cut off, and I was left there crying. I don't remember crying, but tears were flowing down my face. Later on that week, my boss called me in for coaching and sat me down. "Eric, we pulled one of your calls, and this one was strange. Can you help us make sense of it?" He pulled the call, and we sat down and listened to it. It was all static on her end, and you can hear me talking to myself the whole time. She didn't say a word, but everything I did, like pull up her non-existent account and address, was shown on my screen. "So were they just wanting to cancel? We can't hear them, could you?" He asked, visibly shaken by this interaction. I looked at him and a tear ran down my face. She needed help. She's stuck. I was in a trance, and I only knew this after my boss told me what happened. We agreed to forget about it both after the coaching. I'm taking a mental break, using my paid vacation. Should I help her? Should I go save her? I don't know what to do, but she won't stop calling my cell phone. Help me. I'm stuck.